Today, I want to show you how to use AutoTune to achieve really big, luscious chorus vocals like you hear in a lot of Sam Smith songs or maybe some Jacob Collier. And we're going to be using 3 different plugins from Antares to achieve this desired sound. One is going to be AVOX Duo, the next is going to be AutoTune Pro, and the next one is going to be AVOX. All 3 of these are going to help us achieve our big chorus that we want in our typical pop song because they each serve their own specific purpose in this process that I'm going to explain today. But first, we need some music. Maybe I find you. Boom, 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 boom. Maybe I find you. Nice. This is gonna be like real 80s, maybe 70s, like Bee Gees type song. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, Dun 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 So now what I'm going to do is record my vocals. Little flat there. So the first tool that I use at the top of my vocal chain after I've recorded my vocals is going to be, of course, AutoTune Pro, which is going to tune the notes to their correct note and get me right where I need to be instead of being a little bit sharp or a little bit flat. So the way that AutoTune Pro works is we have a bunch of different features from the regular AutoTune, where it does everything by itself based on what scale you select for your song. In this case, I'm going with the graph version because there are specific notes that I want to hit at specific times, and I just like to have full control over my AutoTune. So in this case, you'll see the red line is going to be essentially the notes that I'm singing, and the green line is going to be the notes that AutoTune is correcting my notes to. And before you do any of this, by the way, you want to make sure that you set the key of your AutoTune to the correct key so that it can tune your vocals to the correct notes that you're supposed to be tuned to. So the first thing that we want to do in AutoTune Pro is we're going to go ahead and tap pitch or pitch in time, and we're going to let the vocal play so it can register the notes in our graph. So the notes that I'm singing are pretty on key, but I do have those natural fluctuations where I'm not entirely on the note. I generally like to follow what the red line is trying to hit. So in this case, we have it right here on this line. So I'm going to go there. We see a shift up here. So I'm going to go ahead and click and then drag here. We see another shift right here. So I'm going to click and drag here. Basically, I use the red lines as a guideline for the notes that I'm trying to hit. Now, this won't work if you're tremendously out of pitch. It may not be perfect every time, but that's why we play it afterwards. Maybe
Maybe, maybe I'll like you.
Plugin number 2, after you do your AutoTune Pro, I'm going to go ahead and dive into this one called AVOX Duo by Antares. Basically, the whole point of AVOX Duo, if you can't tell by the title, Duo, is to get a dub of your vocal without having to record physically another vocal. If I wanted a 2-stack harmony, I can use AVOX Duo to duplicate my vocal, but it still sound like a human is singing along with me. So what we're going to do first of all is put it underneath our AutoTune plugin. After you do that, you'll see 4 main knobs for variation. And this is going to be how we differentiate the dubbed vocal that's being created by this plugin. So here we've got pitch variation, which very slightly shifts the pitch of your vocal that you record so that the dubbed vocal seems like a totally different human. We've got our timing variation, which basically allows the dubbed vocal to come in at a different time, which gives a more humanistic approach. Vocal timbre, which is the tone sort of the voice. And we've got some additional added vibrato if we want to put some artificial vibrato in there. Then we have these 2 sliders here. So the first is going to be our original vocal that we recorded. This is going to be how loud that vocal is. And then we have the double of that vocal. This is going to be the artificial double that this plugin is pumping out, how loud that vocal is going to be. So essentially you're kind of mixing 2 dubs within this window. It's kind of cool.
Oh, maybe, maybe I like you.
So you hear there sounds like there's just another human being singing with me. So I went ahead and I recorded a 3-part harmony using these principles.
Maybe, maybe I'll like you.
And then last but not least, we have Harmony Engine, which is self-explanatory. This is something that allows you to harmonize with yourself by singing only 1 note.
Maybe, maybe.
So we have this window here, and at first glance, I'm sure it probably looks extremely confusing to most beginners. But fear not, the basic stuff that you need to know about this plugin is this button right here, which is the interval of notes between another note, the mute button, and then the volume of that note that you're trying to change here. 1 note, right? That's the only one I did. But I want a full chorus here. I want a full harmony here. And how do I do that if I don't know how to harmonize? Well, when you open up Harmony Engine, all you have to do is go through this list on every single part and select whichever interval makes the most sense to you. You don't have to know what this stuff means. I'm going to be completely honest. Transposes my original note automatically to that note without me having to re-record more vocals. And you can keep doing that up to 5 times. You can have a 5-part harmony by using Harmony Engine in this way. If I were a beginner in music and I wanted harmonies, I would just sing my melody because melodies are easy to come up with. And I would come in here and just literally select whichever ones sound good with the music. And in the context of everything else, when we play all of our vocals that we recorded with our AVOX Duo, with our AutoTune Pro, and our Harmony Engine, we have this.
I got a mother who got a brother who got a boo, who got a boo, to one another, to one another, and looking at you. And looking at you, somebody love,